You want a tip on how I keep up with the pace of this election cycle? Hang around until the end of this video to learn how to unlimit your information with ground news. I don't even know where to begin. Look, we knew it was going to be bad. We knew that the people Donald Trump was going to surround himself with at the highest echelons of power in the United States of America, that it was going to be a clown show, an absolute unmitigated disaster. But no one, even Trump colleagues and allies in the House of Representatives, had no idea what it was going to be exactly. Meet, possibly, very possibly, it might take a recess appointment, meet your new Attorney General of these United States that will come to fruition shortly after January 20th, 2025. On this side, from 2008, you've got a mugshot. On this side, you've got whatever Botox disaster that this is. The atrocity of Matt Gaetz being visited upon the Department of Justice. Now, he just resigned, effective immediately yesterday, and people are like, oh, he's really eager to get to the job. That's not it. There's an ethics complaint that has been investigated by the House of Representatives that's getting ready to be made public, and now it's going to be scuttled. Unless some patriot makes it public, some of which is right here. First of all, here's a tweet from Melanie Zanona from CNN announcing the scoop that he left. Representative Matt Gaetz resigned from Congress just 2 days before the House Ethics Committee was set to vote on releasing a highly damaging, quote unquote, report outlining its investigation into Gaetz, sources tell me, and these other two reporters. The panel no longer has jurisdiction when he leaves. This is Donald Trump's announcement, his description, his classification of Matt Gaetz. It is my great honor to announce that Congressman Matt Gaetz of Florida is hereby nominated to be the Attorney General of the United States. Matt is a deeply gifted and tenacious attorney trained at William and Mary College of Law, who has distinguished himself in Congress through his focus on achieving desperately needed reform at the Department of Justice. Few issues in America are more important than ending the partisan weaponization of our justice system. Matt will end weaponized government, protect our borders, dismantle criminal organizations, and restore Americans' badly shattered faith in the confidence of the Justice Department. Yeah, it's going to restore confidence in the Justice Department to put an alleged child rapist in that position. This is from CBS News. Here, I have the article up here. Let me see from what date this is. June 19th, 2024. Not a recent article. CBS News, House Ethics Committee reviewing sexual misconduct obstruction allegations against Matt Gaetz. The committee is still examining whether future Attorney General Matt Gaetz may have engaged, this is a quote, engaged in sexual misconduct and illicit drug use, accepted improper gifts, dispensed special privileges and favors to individuals with whom he had a personal relationship, and sought to obstruct government investigations of his conduct. Sounds like a bang-up choice for Attorney General of these United States. Leave it to a dirty fucking fascist to make that happen. Picking the most ass-licky sycophants to cover for him. The committee, after speaking with over a dozen witnesses and reviewing thousands of pages of documents, said it has found that some allegations merit further review. And it also, quote, identified additional allegations, the statement acknowledged. The difficulty in obtaining relevant information from Representative Gaetz and others. Multiple sources familiar with the committee's work tell CBS News that at least 4 women have told the House Ethics Committee in recent months that they were paid to go to parties that had sex and drugs that Gaetz attended. These sources previously told CBS News at least one of those women said she had sexual relations with Gaetz, and Justice Department prosecutors were previously looking at whether she was underage when the sexual relationship began. I will repeat that. for good measure that our future Attorney General has been credibly accused of having sex with someone when she was underage when their sexual relationship began. Final paragraph. The House Ethics Committee said it is not taking any further actions on the allegation that Gaetz may have shared inappropriate images or videos on the House floor, misused state identification records, converted campaign funds to personal use, and or accepted a bribe or improper gratuity. Attorney General of the United States. Of course, a sexual predator is going to nominate an alleged sexual predator to the job. Where do I go from here? I had a clip of Mike Johnson announcing the resignation, which he seems confused. If you need a little bit more evidence of what a creep and disgusting I'm trying to keep myself in order here. Here's a tweet that someone named Babe Rexa tweeted. I don't know who this is, but they have over 1 million, maybe 2 million followers on Twitter. There's no age that you can't be sexy, to which Matt Gaetz quote tweeted it and said, I say, we changed Florida's welcome signs to this, says the credibly accused sexual predator of children. No age, you can't be sexy, says Attorney General Matt Gaetz. And as far as the allegations of Matt Gaetz showing inappropriate sexual material on his phone to other members of Congress on the floor of the House of Representatives, it's an open, common thing that's been talked about openly to the press. In fact, I guess I'll leave you with this. This is kind of a then and now. Before anybody, even dipshits like who are entrenched in MAGA world, like Mark Wayne Mullen from Oklahoma, he talked to a CNN reporter, I believe it's Manu Raju on the Hill, and talked about what Matt Gaetz showed on his phone and what kind of a guy he was, and talking about his drug parties and sex parties. He said this on CNN with a camera and microphone in front of him, knowing it's public, knowing it's on the record. This is what he said. And then I'm going to play what he said just yesterday after it was announced that that same guy is going to be the Attorney General of the United States. First, a few months ago.
You got to think about this guy. This is a guy that the media didn't give a time of day to after he was accused of sleeping with an underage girl. And there's a reason why no one in the conference came and defended him, because we had all seen the videos he was showing on the House floor that all of us had walked away of the girls that he had slept with. He'd brag about how he would crush ED medicine and chase it with an energy drink so he could go all night. This is obviously before you got married. And so when that accusation came out, no one defended him, and then no one on the media would give him a time of the day. All of a sudden he found fame because he opposed the Speaker of the House back in November. And he's always stayed there, and he was never going to leave until he got this last moment of fame by going after a motion to vacate.
It's important to know Congressman Gaetz has never been charged with any sex trafficking crime, and he gave this statement to CNN in response. I don't think Mark Wayne Mullen and I have said 20 words to each other on the House floor. This is a lie from someone who doesn't know me and who is coping with the death of the political career of his friend Kevin. Thoughts and prayers.
That wasn't just a few months ago. That was October of 2023. Pretty serious things he's saying there. Certainly disqualifying to be the Attorney General of the United States, right? Well, not if you're MAGA, no. If you're MAGA and you have no core ideologies or beliefs or morals or ethics about you, no. Because now that he's been named, this is what that same guy, Mark Wayne Mullen, had to say about it.
Are you going to vote for Matt Gaetz?
You know, Matt Gaetz and I, there's no question that we've had our differences. They've been very public about it. I completely trust President Trump's decision-making on this one. But at the same time, he's got to come to Congress and sell himself. There's a lot of, or to the Senate and sell himself. There's a lot of questions that are going to be out there. He's got to answer those questions. And hopefully he's able to answer the questions right. And if he can, then we'll go through the confirmation process.
Senator Mark Wayne Mullen from the great state of Oklahoma. Good to see you, sir. Thanks so much for being here. I really appreciate it.
I completely trust President Trump's decision on this one. Do ya? Shocking. Whatever this is your new Attorney General. There will be no justice. This will be the Department of Retribution. That's precisely what this move entails. That's why it was brought about. One, it was to extricate Matt Gaetz from the morass of legal troubles that he faces, but also to do Donald Trump's bidding, because Donald Trump did him a solid, got him out of trouble, put him in one of the highest positions on the planet. And it's gonna get worse. It's gonna get worse. I invite you to this conversation. You can comment below. That would be fantastic. You can also call the voicemail line, 714-576-4054. And of course, as always, email me daily at dollemore.com. I would love to hear from you. Please consider supporting the work that I do here, this independent media channel. We are not going to be quiet, even in the face of blocks away this man being at the helm of the Justice Department. I will not be cowed. I am not afraid. I am not intimidated by these fascists. Click the join button below. For $2 a month, you can become a channel member and help support this work, help me produce these videos. You can also go over to patreon.com/IDoubtIt podcast. That's great. Follow me on social media everywhere but Twitter, or as the assholes call it, X. I'm at Dollemore. I'd love to see you. And I will see you next time. Remember to be genuine and take care of one another. This presidential election is going to be the most pivotal in modern American history. Once you've cast your vote, though, you need to think beyond the implications of this particular election. Disinformation and right-wing extremism, they aren't going away anytime soon. With the amount of voices in the discourse, it is easier than ever to be misled or misinformed. You need to be able to critically assess the news that you're ingesting. Where can you do that? Ground News. They're an independent, nonpartisan news platform dedicated to exposing any hidden agendas in the information you consume. I find Ground News valuable because they show which way news outlets lean politically, who funds them, and whether their reporting is honest. Use Ground News' app, website, or browser extension to instantly access all the perspectives on any issue and avoid being manipulated. Plus, if you sign up for their Vantage plan, you can access features designed to highlight opposing narratives on the left and the right and expose your own blind spots too. I regularly encourage everybody in my audience to avoid echo chambers and to check the facts. You are well aware just how rapidly the lies of Trump and others can be spread and how long that they can linger. Go to ground.news/Dollemore or just scan this QR code for integrity-driven news that you can trust and confidently share with others. Sign up with me and you'll get a huge deal on the same top-tier Vantage plan that I use. With our very democracy at stake this season, it is essential that you are clearly informed. Subscribe to Ground News today, and remember, the fight for democracy doesn't stop after November 5th. It's just getting started.